everyone, my name is Laola Ardillah with student number 172500098. I am from class 17.18.35. I am majoring in Information Technology at Binasarana Informatika University. Today I will share my opinion about smoking on campus area and also share my knowledge about present continuous tense. I'm really excited to share it to all of you. Let's continue. So, smoking on campus is often considered a trivial issue, even though it has a significant impact on everyone's health and comfort. Campus should be a clean, healthy, and conducive place for learning, not a place filled with a cigarette smoke. Unfortunately, many students still smoke on campus without considering those around them. The habit of smoking on campus must be stopped for several reasons. First, cigarette smoke is not only harmful to smokers themselves, but also to others who inhale it. The effects of passive smoking are often more dangerous because they have no choice but to be exposed to it. Second, smoking on campus creates a negative image and reduces the comfort of the learning environment. Students and lecturers have the right to enjoy clean air while carrying out their activities on campus. Therefore, I strongly support my campus policy, which has enforced a no-smoking area rule. This policy demonstrates the campus commitment to creating a healthy, clean, and comfortable environment. With this policy in place, students, lecturers, and staff can carry out their activities without being disturbed by cigarette smoke, which is harmful to health. However, the success of this regulation does not only depend on the policy, but also the awareness and discipline of the entire campus community. There are still a small number of students who do not fully comply with the rule and smoke secretly on certain areas. This shows that socialization and enforcement of discipline still need to be improved. The campus need to continue to educate about the dangers of smoking and its impact on the environment. In addition, support should also be provided for students who want to quit smoking. For example, by providing health counseling. In this way, the implementation of smoke-free area is not only punitive but also educational for the entire campus community. That's all my opinion about smoking on campus area. Next, we will discuss about the present continuous tense. Bye.
A few moments later.
Alright, now we will discuss about present continuous tense. So, what exactly is the present continuous tense? The present continuous tense is a verb tense that expresses an action that is happening in the present and may continue into the future. The present continuous is made from the present tense of the verb be and the present participle of the main verb, which is almost always a dynamic verb. The present tense forms of the verb to be are am, is, and are, which change depending on the subject. I using am, you using are, he, she is using is, you, we, they using are. Now let's talk about when we use the present continuous tense. There are several situations where this tense is used. Let's take a look one by one. First, we use it for action that are happening right now. For example, I'm just leaving work. I'll be home in an hour. And please be quiet, the children are sleeping. These actions are happening right at the moment of speaking. The second use is for future plans or arrangement. This might sound strange at first because we are talking about the present, but in English it's allowed. For example, Mary is going to a new school next term. Uh, and what are you doing next week? Even though these are about the future, we use the present continuous because the plans are already decided. We also use the present continuous to describe temporary actions, something that is happening for a short time. For example, Mikhail is studying history at university, and I'm working in London for the next 2 weeks. They are not a permanent, they are just a temporary situations. And the last use is to talk about changing or developing situation, things that are in the process of change. For example, the weather is getting colder and Your English is improving day by day. The examples show a gradual change happening right now. Now let's move on to the next part, which is about the structure of the present continuous tense. Let's start with a affirmative form or positive sentence. The formula is subject plus to be plus verb in plus complement. For example, I'm reading a newspaper. You are doing it wrong. He is playing tennis. So when we want to talk about something that is happening right now, we use this pattern. Next, negative form. To make a negative sentence, we simply add a not after am, is, or are. So the structure becomes subject plus to be plus not plus verb in plus complement. For example, I am not reading a newspaper, you are not doing it wrong, and he is not playing tennis. Now let's move on the interrogative form of question form. To make a question in the present continuous tense, we move am, is, or are to the beginning of the sentence before the subject. The structure is become am or is or are plus subject plus verb in plus complement. For example, am I reading a newspaper? Are you doing it wrong? Or is he playing tennis? We can use this form when we want to ask about an action that is happening right now. And the last, let's talk about the negative interrogative form, or in other words, a question in the negative form. This type of question is used when we want to confirm something or when we are a bit of surprised. There are two ways to come to form it. The first way is to put isn't or aren't at the beginning, followed by the subject and verb it. The second way is use to be plus subject plus not plus verb it. This form is often used when we expect we, ex- we expect the answer to be yes. For example, when you see your friend holding a book, you might say, aren't you reading? Because you already believe that he is reading. And also, another example is, am I not reading a newspaper? And are you not doing it wrong? Or we can use, aren't you doing it wrong? And is he not playing tennis or isn't he playing tennis? And next, we have something called, oh, sorry. And next, let's talk about the term of present participle. It sounds a bit technical, but it simply means the in form of the verb, like reading, writing, running, and dancing. We use it after the verb to be to show that the action is continuing. So whenever you see a verb ending in, it probably means it's part of a continuous tense. Next, we have something called dynamic verbs. These are verbs that show real actions or process, things that we can actually do, like run, eat, talk, swim, or study. They are easily identifiable, they show step and possess a beginning and an ending. For example, I'm writing a report. They are watching a movie. You can clearly see the action happening. That's why we use the present continuous. Here is a list of some common dynamic verbs in English. Uh, but not all verbs can be used in continuous form. Some verbs describe state, not actions. We call them static verbs. In general, the present continuous tense doesn't work well with static verbs. Static verbs show states of mind or existence that do not normally show progression. For example, the right way to show it is I don't know the answer, and the false way, the wrong way to say it is I'm not knowing the answer. Stative verbs often relate to thought and opinion, feelings and emotion, sense and perception, position and measurement. They describe feelings, thoughts, and position, not a real actions. We do not use state verb in continuous tense when they are the main verb, but they can be continuous when used as a gerund in prepositional phrase, or often certain verbs that require in. Some verbs can be both static and dynamic depending on the meaning. The example is like look, appear, think, feel, have, see, taste, smell, and other. Now let's move on the quiz session. This part is to check how well we understand the present continuous tense. Alright, the first question is why blah 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 playing football tomorrow? A. He is not. B. He isn't. C. He isn't he. Which one do you think the answer? Let's check it out. Alright, so the answer is C. Isn't he? We usually use this in negative or question forms. Next question. My sister blah 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 Spanish. Which one the answer? Is learning, learning, or learning? Alright, the answer is A. Is learning. It shows that the action is happening right now. And the next question is blah 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 you blah 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 to me. Which one the answer? Yes. Are you listening to me? We use are for you, we, and they. And next, blah 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 Sally blah 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 on holiday with you. The answer is Sally going on holiday with you? This means it's happening now or it's a future plan. So present continuous can also be used to talk about future arrangement. Let's summarize everything we have learned today. The present continuous tense describes action happening right now, action happening around the present time or future plans. The formula is subject plus to be plus verb in. To make it more meaningful, let's look at this quote. I'm becoming someone who doesn't just survive but truly live. I'm embracing every challenge, every moment, and every reason that is shaping me. And here are some of references I used to prepare this presentation, including British Council, Images, Grammarly, and Scribner. That's all, and that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, everyone. I hope this explanation helped you understand the present continuous tense more clearly. Thank you once again. Have a great day.